Zambesi Gold is a mining company specializing in the acquisition and development of selected mining assets. This thriving business is backed by real gold, real people, and real mining operations combined with value as well. And with me is Wessel Swinster, the Zambesi's head of legal, compliance, and commercial operations. So, welcome, Wessel. Great to see you in South Africa.
Hi guys, thanks. Yes, and thanks for having me. It's a great pleasure and an honor to be on your show.
Yes, it's a pleasure to talk to you. So, give me a background of Zambezi. What is the company doing exactly?
Okay, so I got involved in the blockchain and fintech space about 5 years ago on a full-time basis. I used to be a practicing commercial lawyer for many years. And then I got an interest in cryptocurrency specifically because in that time, yeah, the conventional banking and all of that was becoming doubtful, to say the least. And but then in this 5 years, I've developed a passion to actually bring back a fundamental commercial value behind a currency, to have it backed by gold once again, like it used to be in the 80s, where you had a gold standard and not only confidence backed by limit of demand. So what we are trying to achieve, and I believe we are doing it to getting there quite significantly, is we've got quite a number of gold mines. We did an ICO on Zambesi Gold, started last year. Then we listed on 12th of May, we listed on Bitmart at 30 US cents. In fact, we had a wonderful 4.5 months. We're now trading at about 90 US cents, which is a 300% gains in this bear market was quite significant already. And then also the money that we raised is to acquire more distressed mining projects. So what we do is we come with our very lean management, but very effective management structure. We turn around struggling mines that has been struggling commercially due to various reasons, and then we make them economically viable again. And then 25% of all the profit gold that we manage to produce from these mines will go into an independently managed vault on behalf of the token holders. And at any given time, you can redeem the value of the proportionate gold in the vault by sending your token back to the company, and we will burn the tokens and pay you out in USDT on the value of the day of the gold price, the exchange rate, and the proportionate percentage of gold that you earn.
That's interesting because a lot of the blockchain and crypto projects don't really have a hard asset backing them up, but you do, and it sounds like that has been a successful strategy.
Well, I must say I'm overwhelmed by the market's response to this. Basically, yes, we will, in fact, not only bring back the gold standard, but because of our model, the amount of gold in the vault will constantly be becoming more, and proportionately the tokens will become less as people start to redeem the tokens, and that will in fact be a further support in the price, and will just remain picking up over time. Gold has proven itself to not lose value over many decades and years. So we don't foresee it happening anytime soon because of the demand of energy that's increasing. I do believe that will have a positive, it's an unfortunate situation, but it will have a positive effect on the gold price going forward. And that in turn will have a good influence on our price going into the future as well.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to ask you about your thoughts about the macro picture for gold, because we've got inflation, we've got geopolitical uncertainty. Gold, at least in price in US dollars, has kind of held steady during all of that. But I understand gold is priced in a lot of different currencies, and there's a lot of different ways to value it. I mean, how do you see gold going forward?
I do believe gold prices will surge in future, and it's partly because of the expense of energy and the shortage of it. There's also other factors like the carbon emissions taxes that will be becoming very, very relevant very soon. I believe in 2 years' time it will be so severe that many mines will not be able to afford it unless the gold price is supported to levels that they can afford it. That's the one thing. And then second to that is high value material is becoming more and more scarce. So the cost of going deeper and deeper in mines, shaft mining, is just escalating every day. So the logical effect on the macro factors is that it must increase over time. So yeah, that's why, at least myself, I believe in gold going forward as being the ultimate commodity.
Yeah. Where in the world are all of your mines? We mentioned you're in Africa. Is everything in Africa or are you global?
Yes, we've got only in sub-Sahara Africa countries. Our first acquisition is Middle Flame Mine, which is here in Johannesburg. It's about 30 minutes from here where I'm right now. Then we've got Amalia, which is in the northwest province. It's about 250 kilometers from here. Then we've got Eersteling, which is in Limpopo, also about 200-300 kilometers from where I'm right now. And then we're now starting up our Zimbabwe and Zambia operations as well.
Oh,
But
interesting.
that is still in a very, very early phase. We're doing due diligence and exploration only now there.
But you are still seeking token buyers. And what kind of a strategy or roadmap do you have for that?
Okay, so we are, in fact, we've got an aggressive marketing campaign currently going to specifically drive trading on Bitmart. But we're off to Dubai next week for the World Blockchain Summit. Then also we've got a very lucrative staking project where we've managed to stake a significant portion of all the tokens that was purchased in the pre-sale. So that in effect itself will create more demand.
Yeah.
And then in our model and in our white paper, we did allocate 25% of all the minted tokens for future acquisitions going forward. So the reasoning behind that is available to institutional investors that will then, on an individual basis, negotiate with the company, and we can sell those allocated tokens at a fixed price on the provision that it is staked for a period that is agreed between the parties.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Wesley, thank you so much for coming, explaining Zambesi Gold. I love that it's old and new kind of combined in the same company. It's fascinating.
Well, we always joke and say if Bitcoin and gold had a baby, it would be called Zambesi Gold.
I love it. All right. Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.